Plan B with Sarina Bellissimo. The biggest stars, gossip, events, and the biggest tunes. Plan B, your weekend fix.
Ben Collins, welcome to Dublin.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here.
What has you here in Dublin?
Well, I'm here with Cause Light to get on and launch the Great Rocky Mountain game campaign. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You're a big fan of games?
Yeah, I do. I've just spent the last 3 years working on a really cool racing sim. And I'm always looking for something cool to play on my phone because I get bored very quickly. So something like this is going to work because the first level I got through pretty easily, but my bobsleighing skills need honing. And it's addictive. It's a lot of fun. So you can download it on iTunes and the Android store, and everybody can get stuck in. And I'm sure people will not find it hard to beat my times, but I'm going to be savage by the end of the day. I'm going to keep practicing and keep working on it.
But you're not all about the world of make-believe. You like getting out there and actually racing. I don't know how you do it, like going on track. It really is a dangerous sport. What made you get into it, and how did you become the Stig?
I grew up loving speed and got the opportunity to go racing when I was 18, which is an amazing thing. I got in a single-seat race car and became completely hooked, like a lot of people do. And but I was lucky to be able to pursue that dream, and I was winning races from my first season. Went all the way through the ranks to try in Formula One, and that didn't quite happen. But I went into Le Mans racing, which has been amazing. So I did the 24-hour racing there, and that was good qualifications to work as the Stig. But that was a strange thing as well because I'd seen Top Gear on television and thought it looked like a cool thing to work on, and so I sent my CV in. So that was quite traditional.
It was literally like that. You send a CV in, and
it was a very tall stack. And my boss didn't believe in unlucky people, so he took the top half of the stack and threw that in the bin. And they were looking at people, and I got taken to a track, and I was assessed, and I won it. So I got the great job, and maybe one of the best jobs in the world. I had a fantastic time for 8 years, not talking to anybody and wearing a white suit and a helmet, and it was a great fun program to work on.
How hard was it keeping the secret though?
Very hard, because we had the dawn of the iPhone and the camera phone and smartphone and whatever else. So basically everybody has a camera. Anybody can post things on the web. Wikipedia didn't exist when I started, nor did really YouTube, things like this. So media changed completely, and that made it much harder as time went on. And eventually that was part of the downfall, because too many people within the BBC itself knew that it was me, and it eventually leaked out. So in the end, but I always knew that would happen, and so it was always going to have that end, and it finished in the media, and I left the show. But I enjoyed it while I was there.
What was working on the show like? Because we all know at the moment Jeremy Clarkson is in a bit of hot water. Top Gear's not coming back. What was it like working with him?
A lot of fun. The three presenters, great program to work on, because 2 days are the same. I drove hundreds of different cars, and Jeremy has been such a crucial part of the show's success, and actually the format, everything about the show, the nature of it, how it's built. Himself, Andy Willman, the producer, and also the very bright young things that were helping to create that show, really make it what it is. And I think we had a lot of fun. He was always nuts, and we used to get up to all sorts of trouble and film it, and it was quite fun.
Tell me about working with celebs, because I know the likes of Tom Cruise get very competitive. What were they like?
They're wicked. So Tom was brilliant. He learned very quickly, and like anything else, he applied himself totally to that, to the driving, and as a result went fastest. And I think that was always the way. If you concentrate, you can do anything. So we had a lot of great people. Actually, the women were not surprisingly good. But they, I think, surprised themselves. I think the girls actually did better than the boys, largely because they listen. And so our fastest drivers were Jennifer Saunders, Ellen MacArthur. They were the out-and-out fastest. Cameron Diaz, she was faster than Tom Cruise in the rain. He was quickest in the dry. So I think that was interesting to learn that too. What
were the likes when you beat the likes of Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton? How do they take that? Because the ego.
Badly. Yeah. Well, it was a very close run thing. We had a lot of world champions come down, and yes, watching them driving a low economy rental car, basically, which is the Suzuki Liana, was highly entertaining. Nigel Mansell as well. He was particularly ferociously competitive. And I just about had my reputation intact by the time I left, until Rubens Barrichello ruined the whole thing by beating my time. But the track had changed by that point, so I still maintain I had the fastest lap.
There's always an excuse. You're in the world of Hollywood now, though, aren't you, Ben?
100%.
Loving it?
I've made it. Well, I have a great time. I love working on movies and doing things like this. So, yeah, long may it continue.
Ben Collins, such a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Okay. Plan B with Sarina Bellissimo. Your weekend fix.
Number one for music and entertainment.
Spin 103.8.